Hey guys, how's it going? Otaku Mike here, back again with another video for you guys today. We're doing the Bizzaro Mangathon. The Bizzaro Manga Readathon. It's put on by Jen Graves. Starts today, Friday the 17th, and ends on Sunday. So here we're gonna be trying to read as much manga as possible. This is my first manga readathon to participate in. It is in celebration of the wonderful YouTuber named Bizzaro Individual and his awesomeness. But go check him out, Bizzaro Individual, and go check out Jen Graves. I'm gonna be vlogging, I guess, my thoughts and what I'm reading within the span of this weekend. So let's get into it. I guess the first one I'm going to start out with, I'm going to be reading Goblin Slayer. So yeah, let's have fun. Alright, so it's 7:08 p.m. at the moment right now on Friday. I finished volume 6 of Goblin Slayer. It was a lot of fun, a lot of action. It kind of ends the whole big story arc that they've been having at the moment, where they're sent by the Sword Maiden to basically kill all these goblins under this sewer, under this big city. It was a lot of action, I felt like a lot of the characters felt like they were in a big bind at the moment because they were on low supplies and they didn't have many spells to use. I felt like they were reaching their limit, and that was really interesting. And they were taking chances that they normally wouldn't necessarily take sometimes, and it was a very gut wrenching first half of the book, because the first half is basically them just killing all the goblins. After that, we get more of a little R&R, a little bit towards the end. We get to see the elf drunk, which was hilarious. It was funny. And we get to find out that the tavern girl, the girl who runs the tavern, I don't remember if she has a name or not. I think it's like Tavern Girl. I don't remember what her name is. Turns out she has a thing for Goblin Slayer, which I kind of already figured as much. All the girls kind of have a thing for Goblin Slayer at some point. But she asks him to go to a harvest festival, which is pretty funny. I feel like our team of adventurers has grown stronger in their bond, which I really enjoy, because you see them joking and giving each other nicknames and stuff. Like you have Elf or Long Ears and Scaly and Dwarf. I think he's just called Dwarf, or Shaman. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see where this goes. If you're thinking about checking out Goblin Slayer, it's a pretty fun little series. So let's move on to the next book. Man, I just have to say, I don't know how you guys do these readathons all the time. I just read one book and I'm like, I kind of want to go do something else. But next book I'm gonna attempt to read is a 3-in-1, and I'm gonna be reading Elfen Lied Omnibus 2. So let's get into this. Alright, so it's around 9:15 p.m. at this time. I'm halfway through the Elfen Lied Omnibus. I am currently about to start chapter 47. This has been an interesting read. It's really dark and fucked up. If you've watched the anime, so far it's pretty close to the anime. I think it's starting to change. Kota and his cousin apparently have feelings for each other, and now they're kissing cousins. So yeah, that's happened. We get a lot more of Lucy's backstory in this, which is really dark and fucked up. They killed a puppy in this. I feel like the artwork has somewhat gotten better at the moment. Like I feel like it's actually has gotten better. There was one chapter where I was kind of about. There was a chapter where oh god, what's her name? I think it's Kiyumi. I don't remember what her name is. Kota's cousin. Her Kohai comes over, and some stuff happens, which was kind of weird. She has a problem controlling her bladder, which was a little weird tangent side story, and she has to wear diapers, or depends. I don't really know why that was in there, but it was weird. But yeah, it's interesting. Man, this is a long fucking book. This is a long fucking book. What page am I on right now? I'm on page 364. So yeah, it's long. I'm gonna take a break, get something to eat, maybe use the restroom, and we're gonna get on this. And we're still on day one. I'm still on day one. I mean, come on, or night one, whatever you want to call it. Because I forgot that I was supposed to do this, even though Jen Graves reminded me. I forgot that I was supposed to join in on this readathon, and then he reminded me around 5 o'clock. I was like, oh, okay, fine, I'll do it. I'll do it to appease the manga gods. But yeah, can't wait to see what the rest of Elfen Lied. I mean, this is the next god. It's the first one. The first Omnibus was 3 volumes. This is 3. So I've read how many volumes? So it's 6 volumes. Man, I wish the omnibuses were a little bit bigger, maybe like a tad bit taller. My hands kind of start hurting holding the volumes open because it's such a awkward sized manga, in my opinion. But yeah, it's getting really interesting. They're bringing in new characters, and stuff is starting to come along in the story, which I find really interesting. Even though it's still a lot like the anime, I'm still enjoying it to the extent that I enjoyed for the anime back in college. Yeah, it's not bad. If you're on the fence about picking these up, it's not a bad story. Let's continue on with this Manga Readathon vlog thingy. All right, so it's 10:56 at the moment on Friday. I finished 4, 5, and 6 of Elfen Lied, or the Elfen Lied Omnibus Volume 2. Man, it was quite a read. They go into a lot of the backstory of the Diclonians and how they performed human testing on them, basically, and shot cannonballs at them and stuff. It was really, really interesting. I enjoyed that Nana right here got a little bit more to do. She joined the main cast, basically. She joined their team as of you would say, and it was really interesting. Her fight with I think it's 35, the Diclonian number 35, which it was an interesting fight. I wasn't expecting that to happen, or the stuff in it to happen. It was interesting. There are times where I felt like the dialogue got bogged down a little bit when it got to certain parts about the Diclonians' history and stuff like that. But all in all, it wasn't a bad read. It had its ups and it had its downs. I thought it was really interesting towards the actually back of the book, where you have the mangaka's thoughts on when they wrote each volume. He was always worried that people wouldn't buy his manga, and he was basically sorry for these sloppy drawings, which the artwork has its moments of being a little sloppy here and there. The artwork is an acquired taste. Obviously, it's not for everybody, but it was interesting to see his actual thoughts on that as well. I didn't read the extra stories at the back because they're not really involved with the story. as a whole. But yeah, the artwork's not bad. But yeah, that's the end of day 1. I don't know what day 2 is gonna hold. All right, so it's day 2 of the Bizzaro Readathon, or Bizzaro Manga Readathon. It's around 12:22 at the moment. I got a late start on my manga reading because I woke up late. I stayed up late last night. But I'm gonna start with volume 2 of Kaiju Girl Caramelize. Let's get into it. Hey guys, how's it going? Look, I got something to say. You guys are slacking on your job. You're slacking on your job. We can't get this 1, 2, 3. We gotta have the dislikes even with the likes. Just saying. Hop on this and get on it. Just saying. You're really disappointing me right now. Get on this. Do a better job. Alright. So it's around 1:30 at the moment on Saturday. I finished Kaiju Girl Caramelize Volume 2. It was a lot of fun. I feel like it built up from the previous volume. It improves the story a lot more. Even though I really enjoyed the first volume, I feel like the character development and the second volume really starts to grow with, Akashi, the main character who turned into the kaiju, and Miyami, I believe it's called, the guy who likes her, or they like each other. So they end up going to this place called Destinyland, which is basically like Disneyland, or a bootleg Disneyland, basically. Which was a lot of fun to see, like, their version of Disneyland. They even make a Frozen reference. They call it Frosted, and they have like Elsa and Anna in the background at one point, which is pretty fun. That was pretty much the first part. Is Miyami asks our main character out on a date, and they go to a theme park, basically. The next part is, I wasn't quite clear, but a friend of her mom's comes back into town. I think that's her dad, from what I'm getting at, but she thinks of him as an uncle. I'm not 100% sure. He's trying to hunt down the monster, the big kaiju that Akashi he turns into, basically. And so you find out that's pretty funny is she's a big metalhead and she loves heavy metal, and he takes her to a heavy metal concert, and Miyami is there working a part-time job at a booth. We get a lot of kaiju action in the second volume, or the second half of volume 2. It's pretty awesome. Get some nice kaiju action because she ends up turning into the kaiju because she can't hold her emotions in and stuff like that. Whenever she gets nervous or anything like that, the kaiju pops out. But we get some nice character development between our two leads. He finally confesses his love, or that he likes her, and she does the same, which is really cute and adorable. This book is fun. Only downside is it comes out really slow. I'm still waiting on volume 3 to come out. But anyways, so I'm gonna take a break right now for the readathon. Come back. I'm gonna be playing some Final Fantasy 7, and then I'll come back and maybe read a volume or 2 later on tonight. We'll see, Hey guys, how's it going? Back again with another readathon little video for you guys. I'm gonna string them all into one video. But so I didn't read anything Saturday night. It's now Sunday, around like 10:30, I want to say. I didn't read anything last night. I only read one volume yesterday, which was Kaiju Girl Caramelize Volume 2. It was a fun volume, as I said. I ended up not reading anything because I was watching movies. I watched Aquaman last night, and I watched John Wick 3. Man, John Wick 3 was fucking amazing. Aquaman was cool too, but man, John Wick 3 was awesome. That body count is 299 people killed in that movie. That was fucking crazy. But anyways, let's get back into it, and I'm gonna start this day of the readathon by reading Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt Volume 5. Alright, so I finished Volume 5 of Gundam Thunderbolt. It was really good, a lot of mecha Gundam action, especially in the first half of the book. We get a lot with Daryl and the Zeon forces. They're trying to get to the Psycho Gundam. No, they're trying to get to the P device, which powers the Psycho Gundam, I believe. And we get a lot of Zegok, and they're fighting the these like monks that work with the Federation. It's actually pretty cool. Like all the it's a pretty cool big chase scene for several chapters, and they're trying to get these details to find the device, which is pretty cool. Then we go into the Federation side, where we find the Atlas Gundam, which is this Gundam. We meet this Gundam for the first time, which is really cool. He cut the spaceship in half, I was like, oh my god, he cut a spaceship in half. But yeah, it was cool. Other than that, we're reestablishing what happens after the war, because there are still elements of the Zeon groups out there and still trying to fight, which is interesting. Then we get a big side story. Actually, it's called what is it called? It is called Sean the Sand Rat, or the Desert Rat, which Sean was a character in the beginning of the book. The beginning of the series, and he gets shot out of an escape pod, and he just got back to Earth, and he's scavenging. He's becoming a desert rat in a desert, which is actually a pretty cool little 2-chapter story. I hope that story actually continues, because I want to see more of it. But he's scavenging for mobile suits in the desert, which is actually really cool. To make ends meet, basically, which is an interesting aspect to the story. But yeah, really good. I think I'm gonna go read Volume 6 now. Alright, so we just got done podcasting on the Otaku Dadcast channel. Decided to take a little break from reading manga, and we talked about the Manga Readathon that we're doing and whatnot. So let's get back to reading more manga. Because we got to read more manga because it's a Manga Readathon. But anyways, go check out that episode when it gets done uploading on the Otaku Dadcast channel. We had a lot of fun doing it. Anyways, let's get done with this. So I got a little sidetracked, and I started watching the Tom Segura Netflix special, Ball Hog, on Netflix. Man, that's fucking hysterical. Everybody should go check it out. It's funny as all fuck gets out. I laugh so fucking hard. Don't watch it with the children, but it's fucking hysterical. I really enjoyed it. Anyways, guys, let's get back to reading some manga. Right, so I think I'm gonna have to tap out for this Manga Readathon. Just not really feeling it anymore. I don't know if I'm feeling like I'm having to force myself to read now. But I read one more book. I read How to Train Your Devil. It's about this girl who is sent to go kill the Demon King. Turns out the Demon King is basically a baby who is a pervert. Just saying. It was funny. I might have to reread it because I kind of skimmed over some parts and some certain spots. I thought the interaction with the main character and the baby devil was kind of funny. Although it oddly keeps reminding me of How to Train Your Dragon because of the title. But yeah, it wasn't bad. There's some artwork on the back, and there's some of the artwork in there. It was funny. I don't know how well it's gonna do manga wise, but I might do a video on it at one point, But anyways, that's the end of this Manga Readathon. Let's see, what did I read? I read this, Elfen Lied 4, 5, and 6, Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt Volume 5, Kaiju Girl Volume 2, and Goblin Slayer Volume 6. So I read a lot within the span of 3 days, which is not bad. Would I do one of these readathons all the time, like some people do? No, I wouldn't. I don't have the time. Well, actually, I do have the time at the moment. I just don't want to. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Go check out Jin Graves' channel and go check out Bizarre Individuals' channel for more awesome manga content. I'm Otaku Mike. I'll catch you guys later. Go sub to them in my feature channels listings. I'm done. I'm tapping out.